Media recognition from Bloomberg, Reuters, recycling trade publications. Patented process for 100% recovery of critical metals, including cobalt, lithium, nickel, manganese, aluminum. American Manganese is focused on recycling lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles. American Manganese trades on the TSX Venture, AMY, the US, AMYZF, and Frankfurt 2AM. For more information, visit AmericanManganeseInc.com or phone me, Larry Ray, at 778-574-4444.
You're listening to HowStreet.com radio, available online at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. Welcome to HowStreet.com radio, the online source for market opinions. Here is Jim Goddard.
My guest is Sean Brodrick, senior editor at WeissRatings.com. He's speaking to us from Florida. Welcome back to the show, Sean.
Hi, how you doing?
Sean, are we finally seeing a minor version of silver mania, or a major version?
Well, we're seeing silver finally start to catch up with gold. I mean, this has been a long time coming. We finally saw the gold-silver ratio peak. I've been really writing about that for a while. Basically, that's like how many ounces of silver it takes to purchase an ounce of gold. It was at a record high, and it turned down. That turn down, historically, has been a great indicator of a bull market in both precious metals. It's just that silver usually goes up faster in a bull market. So as the gold-silver ratio turns down, silver goes up faster than gold, which is exactly what you expect in any kind of precious metals bull market. And we saw a big move in silver today. It's like was at a 6.5-year high this morning. Gold has been steadily marching higher, hit like a 9-year high this morning. This is as you and I talk on Wednesday. And so we're just seeing a lot of things really fall into place. I'm expecting my target is that silver will go back to $50, a price level it has tested twice before. That kind of move is about 120% from recent levels. If gold did the same thing, and I'm not saying it has to, but if gold did the same kind of move, that would bring it to $4,000 an ounce.
Wow. So why are people finally paying attention to silver, having ignored it for so long?
Well, it is having the same benefit from a bunch of forces that gold is experiencing. Let's talk about the U.S. dollar, for example. We've seen central banks around the world push rates below zero. Real rates, that is rates including inflation, are already below zero. That includes U.S. Treasuries. So that takes a real weight off of gold, because one of the arguments people make against gold is that it pays no yield. Well, there's not much yield on the treasuries now either. So all those forces that work for gold also work for silver. Then we have the industrial side. We are seeing country after country around the world pump money into big projects because they want to get their economies going. Silver is more of an industrial metal than gold. And so as like more money gets pumped into industrial areas, that should mean more demand for silver. Then of course you have soaring demand for solar power, which hasn't slowed down despite many predictions that it would. And of course silver is used a lot in solar power. You're seeing investor demand. I mean, the amount of silver held by ETFs just hit a new record again. Gold is up there too, by the way, but silver is leading the way on that one. So there's a lot of forces that are really moving well for silver right now.
Does that include silver miners?
Well, there aren't a lot of them, are there? I mean, it's much easier to find a gold miner than a silver miner. That's part of the problem. Most silver in the world comes as a byproduct of the industrial metals, copper, zinc, that kind of thing. And those have been under pressure. Copper's starting to show some signs of life, which is good due to shutdowns down in Chile and stuff like that. But, and again, as more effort gets focused into these industrial projects, we should see, more demand for copper, which should lead to more production. But in the short term, it doesn't. Why? Because the pandemic is shutting down mine after mine after mine around the world. Whether it's a silver mine, whether it's a copper mine that also produces silver, there is a squeeze on the supply side as well. And so that helps push things higher also.
We'll have more with Sean Brodrick right after this.
Avon Resources Limited is a gold exploration company with significant projects in British Columbia and the Yukon, trading on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol ABN, and the OTCQB, symbol ABNAF. Surrounded by world-class gold deposits and mines, Avon's 23,000 hectares Forest Kerr Gold Project is located in the heart of the Golden Triangle in northwestern BC. For more information, visit us at avonresources.com.
Engineer Gold Mines is focused on the exploration and development of the historic high-grade Engineer Gold Mine situated 32 kilometers southwest of Atlan, British Columbia. Engineer Gold Mines is fully permitted for surface and underground exploration with the drill program now underway. Engineer Gold Mines Limited trades on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol EAU. For more information, please visit us at engineergoldmines.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Sean Brodrick. Sean, what's happening with crude?
Well, it seems kind of flat, but that's okay. I mean, when you consider all the doom and gloom that has been forecast for crude, the fact that the U.S. crude oil benchmark is holding above $41 is actually pretty okay. We'll have to see what happens. We have seen OPEC and its Russian-led consortium partners talk about raising their quotas a bit in August. Maybe that'll happen. If prices went back down, they might back away from it. But they've done a pretty good job of moderating their demands. Moderating their supply in the face of global demand, as OPEC and its Russia-led partners have done a very good job of actually cutting down their supply of oil into the global market. And so that's one thing that's helping oil prices. The other is that our demand is bouncing back. We are seeing rising demand in places like China and stuff like that. Countries that are keeping the pandemic under control, that are actually doing a good job of bringing things maybe not back to normal, but back to a higher level of economic activity. It's not happening in the U.S. so much, but, around the world, we see more demand for oil. We've seen a lot less floating storage. That is, oil that is kept in oil tankers that were just circling the oceans for a while. There's a lot less of that, too. So this has really taken a lot of pressure off the price of oil. And at $41, I can think of a lot of companies that actually make some good money, and they really haven't bounced that far off their lows. So I think there are some good buys in the energy space right now.
We'll have more with Sean Brodrick right after this.
Cypress Development Corp. is developing a world-class lithium resource in the heart of Clayton Valley, Nevada. The size of the resource makes the Clayton Valley project a premier asset with the potential to impact the future of lithium supply. Cypress Development Corp. trades on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol CYP, the OTCQB, symbol CYDVF, and on Frankfurt, symbol C1Z1. For more information, please visit our website, cypressdevelopmentcorp.com.
Don't miss out. Stay informed. Receive the HowStreet.com weekly recap with thought-provoking podcasts, radio, and articles delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the HowStreet.com weekly recap on our homepage at HowStreet.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Sean Brodrick. Sean, is there going to be a new stimulus package in the U.S.?
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. Currently I would say they're hammering it out, except they didn't invite the Democrats to the conversation. This is the problem, because what has to happen is the Republicans and the Democrats have to work out a deal. Right now, they just had talks between the White House and the Republican-led Senate. So, in a few weeks, we are going to see Congress go on their summer vacation. They could delay their summer vacation. There's always that possibility. But the plan is now that they are going to go on summer vacation. They should have this deal worked out and passed through Congress before they go. if they don't, that could be a major disruption in the markets because a lot of people are depending on those checks. A lot of small businesses are depending on help from the government. There's a lot at stake right here. So we'll have to see what happens. However, this is an election year. I think that it would be insane if they don't pass another stimulus bill in an election year. So my money is on that happening.
Is that one of the reasons why the markets have been so peppy? They expect more stimulus?
Yeah, that, and also they expect some kind of vaccine. I mean, we just saw the U.S. Sign a deal with, who did I see that with? It was with Pfizer. And so they expect they expect that group will be able to produce a vaccine sooner rather than later, and so they're already lining up supplies on that. And so the hint that we could have a vaccine sooner rather than later, whether it's from Pfizer, whether it's from Oxford, whether it's from one of the other leading vaccine candidates, that has given the market hope as well. So we have that, we have stimulus. Frankly, it's easier for the markets to go higher at this point, even though things are overvalued. I can give you plenty of fundamental reasons why they should go lower. They just don't really matter. Those reasons don't matter when the government is pointing a fire hose of free money at the markets.
What's going on with uranium?
Oh, I like uranium a lot. What's happened is, again, the pandemic. Why does it affect everything we do? I don't know. But what happened was because we had this virus spread around the world, uranium mines shut down, especially in Kazakhstan, which actually supplies most of the world's uranium. Then they tried to bring the mines back online. And then not only did the pandemic come back, they got some kind of virulent pneumonia that also started to spread in Kazakhstan. They had to shut back down again. So they've extended their shutdown for quite some time. That takes a lot of supply off the market. You're seeing the same thing down in Australia. You're seeing the same thing in Canada. You're seeing it all over the place. And so a lot of supply is not going to be there that the market had actually counted on. And so that is really lighting a fire under select uranium stocks. I would look at, if I was someone who was looking at this, I would look at those companies that either are producing or can produce, and also those large high-grade projects which can be brought into new production sooner rather than later, because those are the ones that will probably go in the auction block. So look at the companies that control those, but I think people should definitely be looking at uranium now.
Now, marijuana, much happening there?
Not a lot is actually going on in like marijuana right now. They had a great June. Certain stocks did. There is something interesting, which is they have found that this is some research. I don't know how much weight you want to put into it, but that for some reason marijuana helps like suppress the symptoms of the COVID-19 virus. What does that mean? I don't know. It's early stage research, but wouldn't it be funny if the vaccine or the cure for COVID-19 came out of cannabis? That would be hilarious.
It's research done at the University of Lethbridge in Alberta that found two different strains of cannabis actually prevented the virus from attaching, I think, to cells in the lung, or it reduced the reproduction rate of the virus. They did warn, though, that you won't find those two particular strains of cannabis in your local dispensary. And also, it wasn't by smoking it. It was by ingesting it or bringing it in from some other means. So maybe just smoking pot itself won't prevent it.
But so this does not mean you should run out and smoke all the weed. Obviously, obviously that's what we're learning from there. However, many people are using a lot of cannabis anyway. I have to go. I am sorry to cut this short. I have my dog barking now. So let's just wrap this up because I have to go see what the next crisis is.
Okay.
I will,
we'll chat with you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. My guest has been Sean Brodrick, senior editor at WeissRatings.com. If you have any questions for Sean or any of our other guests, you can send them to info@HoweStreet.com. Our YouTube channel is Talk Digital Network. Find us on Twitter @HoweStreet. We're also on Facebook. I'm Jim Goddard. Thank you for listening.
Comments made on HowStreet.com radio are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any matter whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Available online at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. HowStreet.com radio is a production of HowStreet Media Incorporated.